Hey folks, MACT here, and of course you all wanted to know what's in my toolbox, and I do have a lot of different things in my toolboxes. I got this chest here. We'll go over that in a bit, but basically I got everything around me here that I use. So first things first, though, I always try to do my Sunday greetings for all the newcomers to the group. And I just wanted to tell all of you, welcome to the group. I'm not gonna read the names, folks, because we have well over 100 new members since my last Sunday video, and that's a lot of names to read off. But rest assured, we try to introduce each and every one of you to the group in our own reasonable way. I don't know if it's reasonable, but we try to have fun while we do all this. So basically, welcome to the group, folks, and we're going to move on to a few things just from memory on working on, all the cars and edges that we're dealing with, the Edge and the MKX. A lot of folks have been doing different things. It looks like we got company. Holy cow. Who are you again? Who are you? Say who you are. Look at the camera and tell them who you are.
CB.
CB. Always a guest appearance. I don't know. She's probably going to take over my job, aren't you? All right. So we're going to go over some of the tools. And I got my lovely assistant here for whatever we're going to be doing. But we've been working. And you did all see me doing the oil changes here lately. I've been doing a lot of fluid changes just because everything's cycling through, folks. Got to do it. My next one is, of course, that infamous power steering pump stretchy belt. I'm going to try that out again and get that thing replaced along with the serpentine. Waiting for the serpentine to arrive via Amazon. I think the serpentine this time I found a pretty decent deal for like 14 bucks for the OEM Motorcraft belt, so I'll be replacing that. What are you doing back there? Holy cow, she's making herself at home. Anyway, I got that belt, I got the fluids, and I did go with the red line oil, so we can't wait to get the test on the red line. And right now the samples, unlike Dan and his troubles in shipping oil samples, they did make it this last time, right, Dad? And mine have, of course, went out into the mail for the Mobile One, and we're going to find out what the city and the highway difference is as far as wear and tear on the oils. So always an interesting thread when you start an oil thread. But I am gathering up a lot of information on oils, folks. I am choosing a different oil each time. I'm building a database on how the Edge performs with the 3.5 Duratec with all city driving and high idle time vice all highway. I got both sides of the scale here, so I can show what the oil does under extreme conditions and what it does really under pretty decent conditions being all highway. But we can go over that once I get this all put together. It's going to be a long-term thing, another 6-8 months before I get something put together on that, because I want to go through a lot of oils. Like I said, I'm going through different ones each time. And I will tell you, this red line is not some cheap stuff. I think it cost me $80, $90 for the oil change, $75 for the oil that I used. I used 6 quarts out of the 2 gallons that I bought, and then the oil filter. So use that. The transmission fluid change, I changed it, and of course I had a decent time with that. That pump that I bought, that vacuum machine, worked really great, and I didn't even have to lay on the ground. So hey, bonus for that. Took longer, but hey, a lot easier. No tools required. So as far as anything else goes, no, put that back. She's trying to bring stuff out here to show y'all. Anyway, CB, why don't you come help me with the tools now? Okay? All right. Just to get into this a little bit, because I went through my tools and I thought I had just a few, and I got more than I actually thought. High quality stuff, but we're going to start out First of all, this is, of course, my shop light. It's an LED light, as you can see, and I use this for all my work and everything. It is a, how do you call it, AutoZone light, and I broke the tip of it off, but I just jam it up in there. If I have to, I can use wire on it to hold it in there. But I've been using this for a year or two now, and it's holding up and it charges. Only problem with this light is you can't use it while it's charging. That sort of sucks. So that's the one thing about it. You got to plan ahead, but we do have that. Up here, right up here, I have my hood light. And I tell you what, folks, you have not worked on a car until you've had a hood light. Okay, this Sabre light that I got, this thing is fantastic. It's a full fluorescent tube. Yes, that's it right there. It's not plugged in. But this thing is fantastic. I mean, even other people, when I go to the garage to do work, when I pull that thing out and plug in, all the other mechanics get jealous. That is the coup de grace as far as shop lights go. So if you work on your Edge or any other car, I tell you what, that is well worth the money spent to have that. They also make them in LED lights now too, so you can get that. But first of all, we're going to go through some tools that I have. And the first rule that we want to do, you guys always were telling me, hey Bill, wear gloves, protect your hands. So I buy these, and they're Harbor Freight 9 mils. I use these all the time, and they do help a lot. And one of you guys, yeah, and then some of you guys, you're saying there, special tools and everything I need. I also have a light, that goes in there with that. And then, of course, I have, where'd this come from?
Dad, you stole my teddy!
I didn't take your teddy. What would I do? What kind of work would I do with a baby elephant? Oh, wow. Is this yours?
Yeah.
You little sneak. There. Got a couple other things that I have in there. Of course, I have my multimeter that I use a lot to do checks on different things. You folks have seen me using this. It is, of course, an auto ranging, so it makes things a little easier there. And then, of course, you've seen videos on my solar BA7. This thing is the cat's meow when you want to check batteries for whether or not they're good or bad. So you want to make sure that you might want to get one of those. What else do I have? I have here a digital laser thermal indicator. I've used this to check engine temperatures and heat and running, and I'll be using this more in a video in the future. But I also use this for my job to detect hot circuits and electrical wiring and everything else. So this comes in handy for that. And part of this, I've had this here Hitachi cordless drill. I've had this thing for years, folks. 18 volt, it's been running great. I use it for a lot of homework and doing stuff around the house and also my lights. And then something else that you probably haven't seen me use too much. I just got this not too long ago. It's sort of it was given to me. It is a Master Force 20 volt flex power, and it is a lithium ion. And of course, you can go ahead and use this to do any screws or bolts or anything when you're working. So it does come in handy for that. I haven't really used it too much on lug nuts or anything like that. I don't think it's capable of that, but it will help in a lot of other work.
What are these tunnels for?
What's the funnels for? That's when I mix Kool-Aid. Yeah, don't you mix Kool-Aid with funnels? All right. As CB was showing you, I do have these funnels, and I use them for various things such as coolant, transmission fluid for the long one here. And of course, yes, we have this. Everybody knows what this is for, right?
Yep.
With the modification of the little hose clamp on here, that comes in handy. And then of course I do have a lot of my different liquid wrenches and brake clean and dielectric grease. PB blaster, you gotta have that, right? Yep, and that is of course more brake clean. And let's see what else I got. Oh, I got my ceramic brake grease, and of course, you never leave home without it, right? Got to have your anti-seize. So you got all that along with the funnels. And let's see, of course I got zip ties. I'm going to tell you all right now that these are what size? 65-pound zip ties. You can't go wrong with those. These are what I'm going to use to put the power steering stretchy belt on with. If you use anything less than this, they break easy, folks, and you're not going to get frustrated. And hose clamps. Never leave home without them, right? Keep them in your car. You never know. You can fix a lot of things with hose clamps. I got these at Deason's, I think, and bought them and keep them handy. You have assorted sizes, and they really work. What else we got here? Okay. Now I got my big toolbox. Yes, rubber and a neoprene mallet, just in case we got a whack when CB's not being have, right?
And also the big.
And when she's really not being have, we use this one, right? Just whack. Yeah.
Yeah, my sister has a wooden one that we use.
Yes, and of course this is the one I used to remove the wheel bearings. I had to beat the tar out of the thing, so we use that there. Never leave home without these magnetic trays, right? What's this? Can you show them that? What is that? What is that? That is an inch-pounds torque ratchet, and it is a Craftsman's, folks. Okay, and it is not a lifetime warranty, as most people think. When I went to go buy it, I asked him, he says, nope, not a lifetime warranty on the Craftsman, but it is an inch-pounds, and I do use it when I take and do work on the spark plugs.
That's how you use it.
How's it work? What is that? All right, that's our electric ratchet, Milwaukee. Yes, very good. Comes with 2 batteries, and of course you got the charger. So it has a little bit of a light right here, an LED, so you can see what you're doing when it's dark.
Never could forget the hammer.
And a claw hammer. You always got to have different hammers, so I got a claw hammer in there too. What's this? What is this? And I guess you never leave home without your stuff. What are you doing to me? I told these people this is a serious video and there's no stuffed animals in it. And I even told them there weren't. And now all I'm finding is stuffed animals. All right. I've been set up. Anyway, this is a central pneumatic air gun. Yes, I haven't used this one too terribly much. It works in the same function as the other one, but I tell you what, I do have this central pneumatic, and this again was another one that I received in a situation, and of course I got it. No, it's not stolen. Holy cow. I know one of you probably saying that. Anyway, this is my baby right here, folks. This is the Astro 1822, folks. Look at that bad boy. I have taken wheel nuts and everything off with this thing. This thing is a champ. It's got 2 different settings, forward and reverse, and of course I got it mounted on a swivel, so it makes it easy to use.
And
yes, this is a very, very good tool, and looks like I've even broken the end of it here just a little bit. Right at the very end, I've broken it. So, but this thing has been doing all my work. What else we got here, sweetheart? Look out, you're standing right in the middle here. All right, this, of course, is my central pneumatic. Again, Harbor Freight. You guys recognize the name, right? I'm going to tell you what, folks, the amount of work that I do with these tools does not justify me spending the money on the snap-ons, okay? you know, they're not much, and if they do break, you go get another one. If they break within the warranty period, then you just go get it changed out. It's that simple. That's all I do with these things, and of course I've been using this like a champ. Throw a little oil in the end, boom, it's been going, and this thing's been grinding. You saw this also being used when I redid the wheels on my edge here, and also when I did the wheel bearing. So this thing is really good. Another thing that you want to have, of course, is the tool here to remove the grommets and everything else. I got that. Big pliers. And then, of course, you see me use this in videos. This thing is nothing more than a little lithium Black & Decker. It charges up, and you can use it for all those little 6-8 millimeter nuts and bolts. Not a speed demon, but I tell you what, this thing is small, light, easy to use, and it comes in really handy for a lot of different jobs. Vice grips you can never leave home without. Oil wrenches, in case you all go to Wally World and get your oil changed, and you decide one day you're going to do it yourself, you're going to need one of these, because they put those darn things on with what, an impact wrench or something? Not sure what's going on, but yeah, you want to make sure you have one of those. And then, of course, you have your string right here. You never want to leave home without it. You always want to have some sort of line or string in your toolbox just in case you need to fish stuff around and then, of course, get them. And let's see, this is my razor blade scraper to scrape stickers, scrape different things off with. This comes in really handy. Looks like my razor blade is broke. I got to replace that.
I did it.
There's the elephant again.
Where's the other teddies, though?
There we go. We also have forceps. You know, when you take it and you got to get down in there into your spark plugs or something like that, and those rubber boots get caught, yep, you won't want to leave home without a set of these, folks. These will come in handy for grabbing stuff that you need to hold on to, or even if you got a small hose you want to crimp, you can lock them and it'll lock it in, and you can do that. CB, you need to do me a favor and not stand in front of the cameras, okay? There we go. She's excited, folks. I tell you what, she's excited beyond excitement.
Can you pick this drawer next after that?
Yep. All right. These, of course, are my HF wrenches. They're color coded. They're nothing special. The color wears off of them, but they are ratcheting in, and of course a regular box in. They come in handy. Air tool. Magnet. Yes. Go down and reach whatever you lose, right? And then, of course, we also have our trim tools that we use. So we want to make sure that we have all those handy. And then I have my 100 foot-pound torque stick. This torque stick, of course, will put the 19 millimeter on there to do your lug nuts and everything else. And this 19 millimeter will, of course, take care of your lug nuts, and this is the torque stick to make sure you get it to the right foot-pound torque. So I bought this separately, that way I can use it with anything that I need 100 foot-pounds on, and for the most part that's all I need for the edge is 100 foot-pounds.
That's all this thing is.
And of course, long nose pliers, yep, got to have those too. And then of course you all know what this is, right? This is an oxygen sensor socket. Yes, notice the slit in the side. Never know when you're going to need one of those, so you got to have that handy too. And then that's about it, folks. I do have various extensions that I can use, and of course these are my extensions that I use. And various sockets. Okay, we also have these here that hold on to my different size sockets. These are all my millimeter ones, and it helps keep them in a good organized way. You can take the cap off and move these other ones up top so you can have them all lined up together, but this is like a space-saving thing. It's like a tree, so you can hold them all up like that, but this does come in handy to hold that.
Yeah, there's something slippy.
Then I have my wire snips here, and of course I think that's pretty much it. I got a lot of other little tools, but you all know what they are. I got the air tool, so I can take the ends of it off. I got various impact sockets in here that I haven't put together yet, such as this 24mm and stuff like that. Yes?
Your magnet's missing.
Oh, my magnet's missing. All right. Okay.
Why is this paper bag here?
I don't know. But as far as what I got, folks, you can see here, I do have my Cobalt air compressor to run my air tools with, so I use that pretty much to do it. But overall, I guess I do have one other thing that I can show you, and this here is my Lowe's tool chest, and I bought this quite a while ago, and it's getting taken apart and things are eventually getting put away. They only last so long. They're all plastic connectors and stuff, but this is my Cobalt tool socket set and everything that I use, and the ratchet did break and they gave me a new ratchet. Yes, they replaced it with this one. It was supposed to look like this one, but they are warranted lifetime, so I do use these, and got a lot of different bits and pieces on here that you can use, different stars, torques, and of course socket ends for screwdrivers and stuff like that. But that's pretty much all we have right there.
Dad, can you take this layer first then?
Let's show them what we got here. And we got, oh no, we got this elephant keeps showing up, don't he? Here, why don't you go put that away. Let's show the people what we got here. Folks, this is my socket holder, and of course it has room to hold more stuff, so I can add more on there. I bought this over at Deason's. You can hang it up on the wall, or you can carry it, whatever you want to do. You know, you can do that, but it does come in handy if you want to take and do that sort of stuff. I do have more of that. I have my test light right here that I use to test circuits, and then of course I have an SK tool impact set, and this is old school, folks. These are all standard sizes. Yes, look at that, standard size. So that's all old school right there. And of course I got my lost sockets. There could be anything in here. There could be Craftsman, there could be SK, there could be anything. I don't know. Some of them don't even have a name on them. Just stuff that I gathered up over the years. Then of course this is my junk drawer trailer connector. You know, again, a spark plug for lawnmowers and stuff. Battery cleaner, couple stray wrenches and sockets and stuff. So I have those all there. And then, of course, I have my razor blades and some smaller tools. These are screw extractors that I have. And then, of course, some graphite lube and everything. And who uses these fuses anymore? Oh my gosh, who's going old school now, right?
Yep.
This is like from long ago. Now, folks, if you don't know what brand this toolbox is, neither do I. This thing has probably been with me for 40-some years. So, tire gauges, we got screws, we got, you know, little gimmies from Menards, you know, all that type of stuff. And what else do we have? We have screwdrivers. Yes, these are Harbor Freight screwdrivers.
Wrenches.
A few stray ratchets and crescent wrenches there, or wrenches. We got my pipe cutter, pry bar, old school hammer. We got a toy, got another hammer there. These, you know, most of the stuff I have in this toolbox is basically strays that I have. And then, of course, some other parts. I got a little bar here that's seen better days. I bent the heck out of that. I don't know why. Got a step drill.
Check this out. What's in here?
What is there? What is that?
Remember your magnet was stolen?
Oh, it was? There it is. Now I found my magnet. See? Anyway, do have this here. Pittsburgh small screwdriver set, some epoxy, who knows, little clamp. I just little stuff, a belt tensioner tool from old days, and then lawnmower spark plug, the old cheap ones, and then it got an old socket set there too, and this is all metric, I think. Nope, standard. Looks like it's standard, and that's all there is. Just a little standard set.
Hey, Dad, you're supposed to have 3?
And then again, I got some brushes, wire brushes, paint brushes, grinding stones, and wire wheels, and I got some wire connectors here, some acid brushes, and some nylon brushes. And then I have my Pittsburgh torque wrench here, so that I can, of course, do the larger torquing, such as wheel nuts and everything else. This one will go up to 200 and some foot-pounds. Then last but not least, I do have, of course, a heat gun, some straps, and a teddy bear yet. And, of course, if you really need to know what this is, what is this thing? Let's see what this is. Oh, yes, you never know. A good mechanic might need to go out on a date or something, and then maybe they need their hair cut, so we'll take and do that. There we go. And of course, I do have my big breaker bar in there. I have my needle gun and another small pipe cutter, a plumbing wrench, and some more grinding stones and sandpaper. So folks, that is basically what I have in my toolbox that I use. Well, folks, that is predominantly what I do have as tools that I use. Now, keep in mind, all the tools that I really do need to use and that I work with all the time when I get into the big heavy stuff are at the Rock Island Arsenal at the garage that I go to. I can get all the free tools that I need, and of course use them to work on my edge along with the lift and everything else. So that really does play a part into why I don't have a bunch of tools, but as you can see, I've gathered up a fair amount of tools to do my job. But that's pretty much what I carry when I go to do my own work, and I really don't need to carry any. I can go to the garage and I can use their tools, and they have everything I need. But there's nothing like having your own, because when you're at home, you need to do something, you have something. So it always comes into that. But anyway, this is MACTFORDEDGE, and of course I hope you enjoyed looking at what I have, and just basic stuff. Nothing really terribly fancy, no high-end stuff. Basically what you all would buy to get by and do your work at home and everything else. So with that being said, make sure you join up on the Facebook group here, MACTFORDEDGE, and also the YouTube channel. Subscribe to this channel, because after all, you can learn what you're going to do to repair your Ford Edge and Lincoln MKX. And of course, my feet hit the ground today. I'm having a great day, and I want you to have a great day too. And then Mercy Girl, she of course going to toss out a couple one-liners at you. And don't forget that Band of One music. Yes, Joe, that Facebook site, and of course join up with him on Facebook. And whatever you do, if you feel like you want to, hit that blue PayPal button on the YouTube channel and hit the donate tab there. And also don't forget the MACT stickers. If you feel like buying some of those, by all means, I got white and red, so knock yourselves out with that if you want them. And lastly, yes, I think we have some good footage on some other things that we've done, so let's go ahead and see that.
Thank you for watching MACT's videos, and remember to like and subscribe. This is a Mercy Go production.
Yes, go ahead, look at the video. Look at the video. Check this video out. You want to see this video. Or go over here, see this one. This one is the one you want to see. Either way, watch one. one of the videos. Yes, yes, watch this one or this one.